Hello FWAHA parents, this is Kaylee Schrock. I wanted to go over the Team Genius evaluations that have been sent out or will be sent out, and hopefully answer some questions that some of the parents may have had in regards to these reports. So this season, parents will be receiving 2 reports. One is a player evaluation or goalie evaluation. This is done, okay, for every team in our association that's a travel team, including U16, and or select team 8U through 14U. The travel teams, including U16, will receive a mid-season player evaluation and an end-of-the-season player evaluation. The select teams 8U through 14U will receive an end-of-the-year evaluation. Now, these are done by the head coaches of each team, and we're really just scoring the players 1 through 5, 5 being the highest score, in 5 different areas. Okay, and you can see on my screen here I've got Tanner Potts as an example. Thank you, Ryan, for allowing me to use your son as an example here. So the head coaches are really just giving scores 1 through 5, 5 being the highest, in 5 different areas, and then they're leaving notes at the bottom. And this report isn't really comparing your player or child to anyone else on their team. It's just strictly really for the players and parents to understand where they can improve and how they're perceived through their head coach's eyes. And when you receive this report through Team Genius, there is an email that explains kind of the attributes in each of these categories. And I know it states this in the report email, but this overall score isn't really their combined score or overall score through all these skills. It really has more to do with their coachability, attitude, which that is explained. I just wanted to clarify and be candid that that overall score isn't their overall combined score with these skills. So moving on. So again, this is their mid-season player evaluation that we're looking at. The travel kids will receive an end-of-the-year evaluation as well. The select players 8U through 14U will receive an end-of-the-year evaluation by their head coaches. The second test that you will receive, now you will not receive this test or this test format if you're an 8U select player. So we're only testing our travel players, and we're going to test our U16 and select teams 10U through 14U in these areas. And if you are a U16 or select parent, 10U through 14U, and you received a blank report, do not panic. Your email was in the system. I'm getting used to this Team Genius, and I apologize, but you may have received a report that was blank. We have not tested you yet. We will test your skaters on a date to be announced towards the end of the season. So for the U16 kids, this will probably happen in a positional skills skate. For the select kids, it'll probably happen either on a Tuesday night or inside one of their practices, but that date or time will be sent to you. For the travel teams, if you received a blank document, that means your player wasn't present for either their early or mid-season hockey testing. So I want to go over how we came up with this test. So we're still a USA Hockey Association, and we strive to be as close to a model program as we can be. But USA Hockey doesn't have a national skills and standards testing program for their players. So we're using Canada's actually to test our players and our goalies. So when you look at this, this is just an outline for the players on the different stations that are used to test. So I know some of the parents have probably seen some of the skill practices. We've been testing our travel teams in these areas, and I'll go through and just do quick notes on each station. And then we've got the same thing here for the goalies. Now, for the goalie parents, the testing scores that we entered in Team Genius did not save, so we will test the goalies next Wednesday, the next skill practice, and we will test them again at the end of the year. So again, don't panic if you're a goalie parent and you should have received your goalie evaluation done by your head coach if you are a travel or U16 goalie, but you have not received the hockey testing yet. Those test scores weren't saved, and we'll have to do a mid-season and end of the season test for the goalies in our association. So as we look at this, we really wanted to track and have data that we can use year in and year out to see how our players develop and improve, much like PSM does for, tracking running, jumping, speed, and we can really use this year in and year out in our program. So I want to go through on the player side first and just kind of go over each station before I get into what some of the numbers mean on these reports. So the first station is pretty simple, and actually next year we'll probably change this and do 10 passes instead of 5 passes. But this year we just tested the players. They did 5 forehand passes, 24 feet from the target, and if they put the puck in this area, they received 1 point. So the highest score they could receive in this station was 5. The lowest score they could receive was 0. The second station here is the agility weave skating. So we're testing players on lateral movement. These cones are set 10 feet apart. So this is a time station, and they run through this once with a puck and once without a puck. The third station here is shooting. Now, there's going to be a lot of variance on this, and this one is a tough station, and I'm going to talk to Ron, and we may need to modify this, but how it's scored is each player gets 10, they get to shoot 10 pucks, and they're 24 feet away from the net, and we've got a shooter tutor that has holes at the top, and the players receive 3 points if they score a goal in one of these top corners. They receive 2 points if they put the puck through the middle of the shooter tutor, which would be, you could correlate that with the goalie's 5-hole, and then 1 point if they score a goal on the bottom part of the net. So we had low scores in this area. Again, this is a very tough station, and there's probably a lot of variance in this. You'll see more variance in the shooting and the passing than you would in some of the skating stations. So don't panic if your child received a lower score in shooting. It was a tough station. The fourth station here is stick handling, and it's a time station again. And what they're doing here is they're doing 5 figure eights through these through the paint. We put paint on the ice, and they just have to do 5 figure eights through the paint as quickly as they can. And obviously the faster they get through, the better. Usually if a kid messes up or they fall down or make a mistake, we'll let them go through again if we have enough time. The next station, station 5, is transition skating, and they do this with and without a puck. So we're really tracking how the kids move forward and backwards, stopping and starting, their ability to pivot quickly. And this is really John Salway's cup of tea, and he's great at teaching these skills. So again, this is a time station. They do this with and without a puck. The last station is straight line skating, forward and backwards. This is done only without a puck. So we're really tracking, how fast our kids, and this is 100 feet down the ice, how fast our kids straightaway speed, forwards and backwards. Pretty simple. For the goalies, they have 3 stations. one station, they do receive 2 scores, but this is rebound control. So in this rebound control, the lower the score, the better. So we haven't, again, the goalie parents, you have not received test scores yet. You will next Wednesday if you're a travel goalie. We will do testing next Wednesday, but this station here, you receive 1 point for trapping or catching a puck. So that's much like if there's a shot on net in a game and the goalie freezes the puck and there's a whistle. That's the best case scenario here, and they receive 1 point for that. Again, the lower score, the better. 2 points if there's a shot that's deflected to the corner with elevation. So the goalie gets their stick on the shot, puts it in a corner where a player can't score a rebound. That's 2 points. They receive 3 points for a rebound back in the direction of the shot. So if the coach shoots the puck and the goalie puts the rebound back in the direction of the shot, that's 3 points. The goalie will receive 4 points for a rebound to the weak side. So if there's a shot on net and the puck squeaks out on the opposite side of where the shot came from, that's 4 points for the goalie, and goalies will receive 5 points if they give up a goal on this, and they receive 5 shots in the air and 5 shots on the ice. So their best score in that station would be 10 for 10 shots if they smother every one. Then there's an iron cross movement. Most of the goalie parents are familiar with this if they've had their kids in a goalie clinic, where they go one time through where they shuffle both ways, and then they go another time through where they do a butterfly slide when they're changing directions. And then the last one is just a lateral movement test. This is done by moving sideways 8 feet for 4 repetitions while keeping their outside pad or their slide pad on the ice the entire time. Over and back is counted as 1 repetition. So we have one station here that's not timed, and the 3 other test scores would be timed. And then as we look at kind of after we now that you better understand the stations we're using, here's another example. Ryan, thanks for letting me use Tanner, of what these numbers mean. So this is their mid-season hockey test, or Tanner's mid-season hockey test, and he's ranked amongst or against the other kids on his team. So this would be the 2010 travel team, and you see here this is a transition agility skate without a puck. So if we go back, it would be this station here without a puck, station 5, and you see the worst score of this group was 25 seconds, 25.41, and the best score, yay for Tanner, was 14.55. And you see here, this session pool average, that's the average score of his teammates in this station. The session pool rank is how Tanner ranked amongst his teammates. So you can see here the score on the right's the best score, 14.55. It matches the best score, so he is 1 out of 11. So the lower number on the session pool ranked is really the best score. If you have a higher number here, right, if that first number is higher, that means that your skater or goaltender ranked lower in whatever station that was. So I hope that better understand. I hope you better understand kind of what these reports mean. I know there's a lot of questions in the emails, and I just wanted to clarify, and I felt it would be easier to do so in a video. So I really appreciate your time. Hopefully you understand where these test scores come from and why we're doing them. And if you have further questions, feel free to reach out. Thank you.